Arm lift and forearm rotation are key ingredients in every single golf swing. Today I'm going to share with you a very canny drill that's going to give you the opportunity to feel exactly how you need to apply both of those ingredients. Now we all know we have forearm rotation and arm lift in a golf swing. The arms lift up, the forearms rotate, and of course we add some body rotation in there too. And that all adds up to a backswing and a through swing. The arms lift in the backswing, the arms lift in a through swing, the forearms rotate in a backswing, and the forearms rotate in a through swing. But when we're moving around the golf ball, that can be really, really complicated to get right. It's the hallmark of my coaching. Being insightful of how to use your arms and the forearm rotation will give you the understanding of what needs to happen when in your golf swing. So, let's talk about arm lift first of all. From setup, quite simply, this is arm lift. Arm lift without any forearm rotation. Now where you start at address and where your arms lift to at the top of your backswing, you can see the gap between those 2 points is reasonable. Now everybody has different amounts of arm lift. Depending on how your hips work, depending on how your chest rotation works, depending on how your foot pressures work, and you can find out a little bit more about all of those ingredients in these 3 videos here. So now we recognize that we've got arm lift in a backswing, we also want to recognize that we've got arm drop in a downswing. So there's my arm lift. I make a backswing without any rotation. As I then work back to the golf ball, I would need arm drop. Then as I rotate around, I would then have arm lift again. So that's isolated arm action. Arms up and arms down. Then what we want to do is encourage you to then rotate your forearms. So we lift the arms up and there's the forearm rotation. Now where golfers go wrong and get unstuck is encouraging the forearm rotation too early in a backswing and encouraging forearm rotation too late in a downswing. And what I mean by that is when I lift my arms up in front of me here, as I reach the upper limits of my arm lift, that's when I want to start to encourage more forearm rotation. So as I lift my arms up and I start to reach the upper limits, that's when I'm going to start to encourage more forearm rotation. I put that with a backswing, how you would tend to see it. There's no arm lift. Now I don't have any forearm rotation at all. All I've simply done is move that grip around my body. Now I'm going to encourage arm lift. And now I'm going to encourage forearm rotation. So the later you encourage forearm rotation in your backswing, you will immediately kill off this inside track with the club head. Because early forearm rotation is just the ingredient that makes your club swing too much on the inside in your takeaway. Without any forearm rotation, and just arm lift, can you see how that club does not swing inside? I have arm lift, forearm rotation, and I now take the club back. Look how much the club has swung inside. So forearm rotation is simply the ingredient that makes that club swing too much on the inside. Now that forearm rotation is the element in your backswing that makes your club shaft shallow in your downswing. So as I lift the golf club up in front of me, and I then make the club move to the left as you're seeing it, to the right as I'm feeling it, that club shaft laying down at that forearm rotation, that is the ingredient that makes that shaft lay down in a downswing. I lift my arms up, I create late forearm rotation, and then I move the grip. Can you see how that club shaft now is shallowing, which would allow me to then start to move that golf club through strike with a much better path line. So this backswing how much arm lift we have and how late we create forearm rotation will give you the clear ingredients on what happens when in a backswing. So the backswing drill therefore is arm lift with as late forearm rotation as you can. Encourage your backswing. Now I can swing through. Now we have the correct amount of arm lift, we have the correct amount of forearm rotation, and it's giving me a feel for when the forearm rotation should occur to enable me to come down more neutral and deliver a good golf shot. The reality is though, you've got to have a good golf grip, which you can find here. Now, if you're a member of my channel, you can grab this video up here and there's loads of members content. If you're not aware, you can be a member of my channel and you get insights into the Ultimate Backswing series, the Ultimate Downswing series, the Ultimate Setup series, and Low Point series as well. So loads of members content exclusive to you guys. So now we've worked on this backswing, on how the arm lift raises up, it drops down, the forearm rotation works. We're now going to work on the way back down. We're now going to do the direct opposite. So I've lifted my arms up and I've created the forearm rotation. Now what I'm looking to do in a golf swing is drop arms down and move this club head from this side of the grip to this side of the grip. So now I have drop, forearm rotation back in the other way. Now a lot of people will be jumping on the keyboard straight away going, Stuart, that's flip. No. I'm simply doing forearm rotation in its purest form. That club face is not rotating shut because I'm keeping the angle in my lead wrist exactly the same. So this is forearm rotation in the backswing. There's the arm lift, there's the club shaft laying down. I'm now going to drop the arms back down and I'm going to create the forearm rotation that takes this golf club to the right, from the right of me to the left of me. And these arms dropping down is the energy a golfer must feel to allow the club to line itself back up. So that grip working back down in front of you, forearm rotation, now allows the club to start to square itself down through strike. So the grip lowering down through strike lines it all back up to enable you to have a much straighter path and face angle. So the backswing is arm lift with forearm rotation away from the target. And the downswing is arm drop with forearm rotation to the left. Now, how late that arm drop is and how late that forearm rotation is back the other way is where you're going to achieve maximum power. So I lift the grip up, forearm rotation. I'm going to move the grip back around. All I'm simply doing is keeping the forearm rotation, keeping the arm lift. And now, as late as I dare, I'm going to drop the forearms down and create the forearm rotation back the other way, which means that I have a grip lowering and a forearm rotation moving to the left down through strike that starts to line everything back up. But not only that, you start to feel this pressure on the handle down through strike as we have a golf club unloading, which gives me the feeling that all of a sudden my arm lift, forearm rotation, my unraveling of my body, the dropping of my arms and the forearm rotation back the other way now pulls me around to the other side that lines it all back up. Arm lift and forearm rotation go hand in hand with each other. understanding how your body must facilitate the opportunity to create those ingredients. So do check out my swing videos on hip rotation, on chest rotation, that will give you the opportunity to apply this arm lift and forearm rotation. Are you tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves? Head over to gxgolfgloves.com. These are gloves tried and trusted by elite amateurs and tour players alike. Enter my code GOODCOACHING to receive 10% off your next order. Go try them out, you won't be disappointed. Lesson. Thank you so much for watching. Do consider subscribing while you're here, and that, my friends, is good coaching.